A mother stepped into the kitchen for just a minute to grab juice for her 4-year-old daughter playing in the sandbox. When she returned, the yard was quiet. Too quiet. The sandbox was empty. Her daughter Ruby was gone. 12 years passed with no answers. No footprints. No sightings. No clues. Until one ordinary morning, while searching for painkillers in her husband's shaving kit, the mother stumbled upon a small cardboard box. Inside, a package of emergency contraception and a receipt from a pharmacy far outside town. That discovery would shatter everything she thought she knew about her marriage and ignite a chain of events more horrifying than any missing persons case. This isn't just a story about a girl who vanished. It's about what was hidden right inside her home. Welcome to Echo Stories. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. Part 1, The Bottle That Wasn't There. Vera Caldwell wasn't looking for trouble. She had a splitting migraine and was just trying to find the ibuprofen. But when she opened the medicine cabinet, the bottle was missing. With her head pounding, she remembered her husband Marcus always kept a travel pack in his shaving kit. She opened the bag. Razor, cologne, floss. Then something unexpected. A Plan B pill package in a CVS receipt dated last Tuesday, when Marcus had said he was working late. Their intimacy had been virtually non-existent for years, not since their daughter Ruby vanished at age 4. So Vera asked the question every wife fears. Whose are these? Marcus' reaction wasn't confusion. It was rage. He snatched the package from her hands, his face turning venomous. He called her paranoid, said she was inventing problems because she couldn't move on. And then came the deepest cut. You failed as a mother. You couldn't even keep our daughter safe in our own backyard. Vera was stunned, not just by the cruelty, but by the tone. Because Marcus didn't sound defensive. He sounded scared. Part 2, The Day Ruby Disappeared. It was supposed to be a normal afternoon. 12 years earlier, June 9th, Vera had just set out a tray of snacks for little Ruby, who was digging in her sandbox beside the garden gnome. The gate was locked. The yard was fenced. She turned away for less than 2 minutes. And when she looked again, Ruby was gone. No scream, no struggle, no sign of a break-in. The only thing out of place, a pink plastic shovel lying just outside the sandbox, half buried in the grass like it had been dropped in a hurry. Police were called, neighbors questioned, Amber Alert issued. The entire town searched, but no leads came. Marcus grew distant, cold. He blamed Vera for being careless. Over time, the grief carved a canyon between them. He stopped sleeping in the same room, said he couldn't stand the silence, said Vera should stop clinging to ghosts. But Vera never let go. She kept Ruby's room exactly as it was. She never believed Ruby had just wandered off. She was afraid of the dark. Vera once told detectives she wouldn't go anywhere without her bunny. And that bunny, Ruby's favorite stuffed rabbit, was still on her bed. So Vera waited. She told herself every night, one day the truth will come home. She just never expected it to come from a shaving kit, because the receipt wasn't the only thing strange about that pharmacy. It was located in a small town Vera had never heard of, over 200 miles away. And the address on the receipt, it matched a delivery locker near a self-storage facility. And that's when she decided she wasn't asking Marcus anything else. She was going to find out for herself. Part 3, The Storage Unit. Vera couldn't sleep that night. The name on the receipt, Mapleview Pharmacy, led her to a tiny town tucked behind dry plains and winding highways. She took off the next morning, telling Marcus she was visiting her sister. But her destination, Unit 17B, tucked behind a steel gate at a self-storage facility just outside of town. Vera had no key, no code. But when she showed the receipt to the facility manager and said she believed her missing daughter might be connected to the unit, the man paused, then led her through the lot. He said the locker had been rented for years by a man named Mark Caldwell. That was Marcus's full name. Vera's hands shook as he unlocked the unit and rolled up the door. Inside was nothing at first glance, just a single old plastic bin, a worn-out camping chair, and a child's blanket folded neatly on top. It was pink, with a bunny stitched in the corner. The same bunny Vera had sewn herself Ruby's baby blanket. She fell to her knees. There was no doubt now Marcus had been there, and he hadn't told her. Inside the bin were more gut-wrenching clues. A pair of size 4 children's sneakers, a notepad with scribbled writing, Monday's drop, keep quiet, pay in cash, and worst of all, a photograph. It showed Ruby, but not as a 4-year-old. She looked about 9, older, thinner eyes, dull but alive. Vera dropped the photo and screamed. What had Marcus done? Part 4, A Father's Secret Life. The photo changed everything. It wasn't just that Ruby was alive at age 9, it was where the picture was taken. Behind her, Vera could make out a garage wall tools hanging neatly, and on the shelf a box of cereal only sold in Canada. Vera called the number from the pharmacy's receipt and asked if a man named Marcus Caldwell had picked up an order. The pharmacist hesitated, then asked, "Are you his wife?" That's when Vera knew. The woman on the phone said Marcus used an alias Michael Cross, but came in monthly. Paid in cash. Bought over-the-counter medications, children's vitamins. In Plan B, Vera drove straight home. But Marcus wasn't there. His truck was gone. She checked his closet. Empty. His toothbrush and passport missing. That night, Vera went to the police with everything: the shaving kit, the storage unit, the photo. An interstate manhunt was launched. Within 48 hours, Marcus Caldwell was found trying to cross into Saskatchewan. With him, a 16-year-old girl, skinny, nervous, dressed in oversized clothes. At first, she wouldn't speak. She wouldn't even look up. But when Vera was brought in and gently called her name, Ruby, baby, the girl's eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "Mom." 12 years. 12 years Marcus had kept her hidden. Part 5, the reunion and the reckoning. Ruby had been alive all along. Taken not by a stranger, not by some faceless predator, but by her own father. Marcus Caldwell confessed during interrogation. 12 years earlier, he'd staged Ruby's disappearance. He waited until Vera went inside, then lured their daughter out of the yard and into his truck. He claimed he was protecting her from Vera's supposed instability. But investigators quickly learned the truth. Marcus had grown obsessed with the idea of raising Ruby alone on his terms in his world. He changed identities, moved constantly, homeschooled her under false names, avoided all medical systems, kept her isolated, told her her mother had died. Ruby only began to question things around age 12, but by then she didn't know who to trust. Until that photo, that pharmacy trip, that one mistake. Vera and Ruby were reunited in a quiet hospital room. No cameras, no fanfare. Just a mother holding her daughter after 12 empty birthdays. "I never stopped looking," Vera whispered. "I didn't think you were real," Ruby sobbed. Marcus Caldwell was convicted of kidnapping, false imprisonment, child endangerment, and psychological abuse. He will never walk free again. But Ruby, she's in therapy, slowly rebuilding. She recently started college studying psychology. Her goal, to help kids who grow up trapped in someone else's lie. If this story moved you, share it. Let others know the truth can stay hidden for years, but it always finds light. Subscribe to Echo Stories for more gripping real-life mysteries, untold stories, and the quiet heroes who never stop believing. Because sometimes, the person who betrayed you is the one who told you they'd protect you. And sometimes, love doesn't give up.